Hi everyone! Welcome to episode 34 of Annijuuti Knits podcast. Hi, welcome back. My name is Anniina. I'm a knitter based in Finland and I also have my own designs. So this is my video journal where I share all things knitty, and you are very welcome to join me in today's episode. Today's episode I have 3 finished objects for you, and I don't have a lot of time because I've been very busy and I really wanted to film. I already tried, or I was thinking I might be able to film last week, but I wasn't. So here I am, even with a little time crunch. So 3 finished objects, and 2 of them are socks, and one of them is a shawl, and I'm sitting on them, obviously. It's not a very well organized episode, but I've done so many things that I really want to share them before things start to pile up, and we don't want that. My first finished object was quite close being done last time we spoke, and it is my Storm by Joji Locatelli. It's not a storm. This is the Hipster Shawl. Hello. Sorry. It's been busy. Bear with. So this is my Hipster Shawl, and it looks like this. It's kind of ragged already because I've been wearing it for 2 weeks, and it has traveled with me for quite some time, it has traveled with me to a couple of places, so it's been the only shawl that I was wearing. And I will put a blocking video here, how I do my blocking with shawls, and you can see how I transform the shape from a very oddly shaped shawl to a nicer looking shawl. I feel like the blocking has or the fabric has pulled in quite a bit since I blocked it, because I've been wearing it, but that just happens. It's I think now it's in its normal relaxed form, but I think it did help with the shape, because I've had this problem with Joji shawls and some other shawls too, but the shawls that I use are started with a garter tab usually have this bump or hump on the neck, and I did very aggressively block it out so it will smooth down, and it did quite a bit. But so I used 2 different yarns together. The hipster pattern is for worsted? Maybe I think it's worsted weight yarn. So this is not quite worsted, more like DK. I did use 5mm needles, and this is smaller than the original sample, but I think this is a perfect size just to wrap around your neck, and you can wear it indoors, you can wear it outside, and it's a perfect size for me. I think this is something like maybe 200 grams. I don't remember. I think I used around 200 grams maybe, and that's my hipster shawl. And I made this to participate on the Joji Fall MKAL, which is going on, and yeah, I really wanted to make that shawl for a longer. I have really wanted to make that shawl for a long time, and I'm really happy that I did. And it's nice and muted color. Usually my shawls are quite colorful, or yeah, they are usually mustards and greens and yellows. So it's nice to have something a bit more basic in my wardrobe. Yeah. Second finished object is a pair of socks. This was already started, one of them, in my last episode. So I just had finished, I think, a heel for one. I think I had made a heel to one of these socks. And I have started a new job recently, last Monday, and I was in a training in Helsinki. And I was in a training for 3 days. There was a lot of studying, and we were sitting in a room and listening, and I was knitting away while I was studying. So that was a good way to keep me on track and keep. It was helping me to stay focused. I'm a bit. I feel the rush. I'm sorry. I'm trying to calm myself down. There's not such a big hurry, and yeah. Anyway, my 3-day training, I managed to make 1.5 of these socks, and I'm very happy that they are now done. The yarn is opal sock yarn, and it's this self-striping or self-patterning sock yarn, and yeah, it's a great pair, just a basic pair to gift. All right, my last finished object is Elo socks. I have shown you these before, and I did manage to finish these since we've last spoken. So these are the Elo socks, and the pattern is now out, or it's not yet out, but when this video will release, they will be out, and you can still purchase the pattern using a code Fall of Socks and get 20% off, as you have been able to do with all of my sock patterns, and it applies to all of my sock patterns. There are these 3 new patterns that I have released this fall, and this is now the last pair for this Fall of Socks knit along. So this discount is valid until the end of October, so you have still time to grab your copy of Elo socks or any other socks of mine. And the yarn was gifted by CamijoKnits, and this is her PFL sock base, and the colorway is mustard, which is perfect. I just absolutely adore this color. The Elo socks are worked toe up, and they have slip stitch toe, so it's a bit more durable than the regular one, and the grain motif or the spike motif is made with little cables, 1x1 cables, and the French heel flap and gusset. And when you're making a heel flap from toe up, you don't have to pick up stitches, which is fabulous. You get the perfect, at least in my opinion, perfect construction, because I really do like the heel flap and gusset. It fits my foot really well. So you get the perfect fit to your sock, and there's no picking up stitches, which is always great. And that was my third finished object, and also my last. 2 weeks ago, or 1.5 weeks ago, before I went to my training, I did film a little clip, because there was 2 projects that needed to be frogged, and it was just before the MKAL, and I did take a little video and I will insert that video here. But I have 2 other projects here that I wanted to show you because they are going to be frogged. I wanted to clear my needles and clear my head before the MKAL starts, and I did go through all my projects yesterday, and I did take out some that weren't going anywhere, or I knew that they won't become something that I like. So so the first one you have seen, if you've been here for a while, you probably have seen it. This is the juxtaposition sweater. Now I dropped the yarn, by Anna-Johanna, and I did start this sweater not too long ago. Actually, it was maybe August or something, and I really wanted to use some stash yarn, but just to be honest, I'm not loving this color scheme. So this is the Woolly Knit Loden Green, and then I have some Finnish. This is Karuna Rauni single, which is a single ply Finship wool, and this is naturally dyed Finnish wool that my friend Anna has dyed, and this is some sock yarn that just has all these lovely colors, and it's a gradient yarn, but I just don't like the turquoise and the green together. They do nothing for me, so I don't see myself making a full color work garment with colors that I don't like. So I just love the greens together. They are completely my kind of colors, but just the turquoise is not doing anything for me. So that is going to be frogged. And then I have another sweater here that I actually showed you last time. Last time it was just a tiny little start, and I actually mentioned that the next time you see it, it may be ripped out. I had made a swatch, but I wasn't sure about the increase rate of the yoke, and the yoke has these little motifs. I don't know how much you can see. Little motifs that are the same type of motifs that I have in my Elo socks, but it's, as you can see, it's way too crinkly, or it's bunched up, and it won't be good. So the increase rate is way too rapid, and therefore I will rip this out, and it doesn't really do anything for me. I thought that the motifs, you could see them better, but you can't, so I think this idea will go forever. I won't be making this sweater at all. So the yarn will be used for something else, and I will rip that out. But yeah, those were the things that I wanted to update you about, and I will continue. Okay, now you saw those poor little things that got frogged. Not really. That's part of this craft knitting. It comes with ripping out, and that's fine. I'm really happy that I did frog them. I did free some space from my head and from my needles, so it's been nice and fresh start to my new career, and also this MKAL season where there's a lot of knitting happening, and yeah. So I think I will show you now the MKAL shawl. So if you do not want to see that, I suggest to skip ahead. I will put a little note here where you can go, and you can jump on there if you don't want to see the shawl. But yeah, I will show you another shawl. It is behind. So today is Wednesday, tomorrow is the third glue is coming out, and I'm nowhere near finishing glue 2, but that's fine. I've been very busy with my new job, and with all this training I've been traveling like crazy. I counted that last week or the last 10 days I was sitting in a train or a car for 28 hours. So I've been traveling quite a bit. But yeah, do you want to see my shawl? Here it is. So as you can see, I'm in the middle of a 4th wedge on glue 2. And yeah, I just haven't got the time. I've been trying to keep up, but it's just not possible. I did show you my colors. If you have seen my previous episodes, you might see that there's something has changed. Originally I had brown. I had this orangey brown caramelly color. I don't know what that color is. Someone says it's orange, but to me it's not quite orange. But anyway, I had that, and then my main color, which is very dark brown with some lighter bits and darker bits. And then I had this. And I really thought that this could be like a perfect shawl. But when I started, now the sun is trying to shine on me. I don't know if I get blinded by the sun, let's see. I did add, maybe I'll put a picture here. It was taken when it was already dark, so the lighting is very poor. But as you can see, the yellow and the orange, they don't really, they look very similar, and the yellow was just clashing. I don't know. I didn't enjoy the combination, even though I love the colors. And as you have seen multiple times, I really, really like yellow, but it didn't work, and it wasn't working. So luckily I had ordered the October box from CamijoKnits, and I did show that in my previous episode. And I did order also an extra skein, which was a merino sock, and the colorway is called Cinnamon Spice. It's this lovely speckly creamy color. It has shades of red and brown and some creamy tones, and it came to my rescue because I think this combination works so much better. It's a bit more muted, and I don't know, I felt like I needed a more fall colors, but more subtle, not so in your face color scheme. And I'm really, really happy that I had an extra or a spare skein that wasn't designated to be something else, and I just changed my I changed my colors as I went, and I'm really happy that I did. So today is Wednesday, tomorrow is a new glue, and I'm hoping just to finish at least this first wedge section, but I will be still behind on my schedule, but that's unfortunately what it is. And embrace your pace, as Steven always says. So that's what I'm going to do. But I really do try to keep up, because I know from previous experience that if I do fall behind, then it's more likely to sit and get, you know, forgotten. And yeah, now the sun is really shining on me, but I'm still trying to finish things up. Because of my schedule, I really haven't done much anything else since we spoke last. I did finish up those socks, that shawl, and I did finish the shawl just before the MKAL started, so I had finished some stuff that were, you know, taking the headspace for me. But I do have one thing that I really want to show you, and that is my Amidala sweater. I don't remember where I was last time when I showed it, but now we have a body and one sleeve. I think I was missing a sleeve. And if you remember, if you've seen this before, you might remember that I was about to give this to my brother, but he came to visit a few weeks ago and I tried it on him and I was like, it's too big. It's way too big. He was like, yeah, it's fine. I can wear it outdoors and in the forest. He's a very outdoorsy person. He likes to pick some mushrooms and all that stuff. But I thought that the fit was just so bad that it wasn't working. This was originally made for me, but I decided to go one size up that I would normally do because I thought that I want an outdoorsy sweater for myself, and it was quite big on me too. So I thought maybe it could work for my brother. It didn't. So back to plan, like back to the original idea. I did take this for myself. I will put a picture or maybe a video of me wearing it. You can see it's big, but it's not impossibly big. There's a lot of room. I think I have like 20 centimeters of positive ease, or 15 at the bust, but then on the waist it's quite a lot. But I decided I'm fine with it, and I will make this sweater for myself, and I will have to make another sample of this pattern before I release this pattern, because now the size was too big. I had to make the sleeve a bit shorter and increase more rapidly. So I will of course take pictures of this too, but I will make one smaller version that fits the pattern measurements better. But yeah, this is using this Finnish yarn, Jalovilla Uuhi, which is 100% Finnish breeds, and it's very, very warm. And the black or the brown is a natural color of the sheep. It's called natural black, and it does read more brown to me, but yeah. And the ochre obviously is one of my favorite colors, and that's why I did choose that. But yeah, I haven't touched my other works in progress at all, but I do have few acquisitions that I will show you next. The first one is actually not an acquisition per se, but it was a gift from a Finnish company called Karuna, and they sent me this hand reflexology station. What's the word? Hand reflexology. I can't say it. I will put it here. It's a hand massage machine, and so this is basically ad gifted. I didn't pay for it. There was no obligation for me to talk about it, but I decided I would like to share it with you because I think it's a handy little machine. So this is a hand massage machine, and it uses air pressure It fills up with air and it massages your hand with 3 different levels of intensity. And there are also an option, maybe I'll just put it on, I don't know if you can see, but there you choose if you have a smaller hand or a bigger hand, and then it starts working. And here you can change the level of intensity. So it's a very simple machine to use. It's chargeable, you just plug it in, and yeah, it's very light and it's very small, and I've been using that, and it massages your hands very nicely, which is fun because as a knitter I do get some stiff hands. And yeah, they were kind enough to offer my viewers or my followers 15% discount using code Anniina15. I will put it here, and I will link their website under the show notes, and you can see for yourself if you would like to have one of these handy machines. But yeah, so that was acquisition number 1, and then I just have another. I have actually ordered quite a bit of yarn, but they haven't really arrived yet. So I was feeling like I have a lot, but actually I just have 1 yarn here because the rest is still coming. But I may have mentioned before that I'm not much of a mohair knitter, but my new uniform is black, and even though we get some clothes from work, I'm not a true knitter if I don't have something that I have made myself, and I don't really wear black ever, so I didn't have any black things in my wardrobe. So I ordered BZ Garn Bio Shetland. I've used that before, and it's a lovely affordable yarn. It's still in the mail, it hasn't arrived, but I did buy mohair to pair it with. The sun is now annoying, it's just blinding me, but let's try to manage with it. So it's an Isayer silk mohair. I've heard a lot of good things about this mohair. That I used before was the Sandnes Garn Tun Silk mohair, and I couldn't knit with it. And I did 1 hat, and I felt like there was like this dust was coming to my nose all the time, and the final product was just way too itchy on my forehead, so I couldn't use it. I gave it to my husband and he's been wearing it, but this feels much more smooth, not as prickly. And this is a silk mohair with 75 kit mohair, 25% silk, and the color is black, obviously. And I will pair this with the Bio Shetland once it arrives. I was thinking maybe I will make the April cardigan by Petite Knit. I do have that pattern. I'm kind of hesitant because I would kind of want to knit something in the round, not flat. But if I'm using mohair and I don't end up loving it, there has to be a way of ripping it back. So I will probably persevere and make that April cardigan and not steek a cardigan. Yeah, but yeah, these are the yarns that have arrived. And unfortunately, my favorite dyer, Tiina from Karuna, she is now going on a break, and because she is, yes, definitely my favorite dyer, she has the color palette that just speaks to me. I did order some yarn from her as well. But yeah, that is everything knitting wise. I will shortly tell you about my work, and then I will wrap things up. So yeah, I started my new job last Monday. I am selling now eyewear, so I'm an optical sales rep, and that comes with a lot of knowledge that I need to um, that I need to study. A lot of different types of lenses, and yeah, all things how to measure where the focal points need to be. And I don't have the vocabulary in English, so I'm not going to explain much about it. But yeah, it's a lot of studying, even though I have done this job before. But I was 17 years old. It was 17 years ago, and yeah, it's been a long time. So a lot of studying. I'm loving it so far. I really like to learn. I do love working in sales because I do love working with people. So that's something that I'm excited about. But I've been very, very tired because of all the traveling and studying. I haven't studied like this in a long, long time. So it's been eating all of my time. And I feel like I've been neglecting my family a bit. My husband has been home with the kids, I think, for a week straight, and I've barely been here at all, and I feel a bit guilty about it, but I'm just trying to remind myself that he has also been away and the kids will be fine. So yeah, it's a bit hard. This week is also hectic. I'm working in 2 different locations, and they are a bit further away, an hour away and an hour and a bit away. So also this week I won't be home in the evenings, and that's also eating up my knitting time. But after this week I will be working in my home store, and that home store is just a 6-minute walk away. So things should settle down next week. But yeah, I I don't know what else to say. I'm still continuing in my old job as a fitness instructor. So I have once a week I have a class, and it's today. So this evening, even though I'm free from my other job, I have been doing all the chores that I haven't been able to do, and now in the evening I will go and have that one class. And yeah, my teaching job is still going strong. I am teaching 2 different courses or classes of these knitting classes, and I feel like they're just knit nights, and I'm just there to help people out, not really teaching, but to hang out with them and just maybe give them a few tips and tricks, and yeah, just helping them out. So that part has been very busy. My son just turned 3 2 days ago, and we are having his birthday party this weekend. Some family is coming, and that's really nice for a change to see people. And yeah, I think that was everything I wanted to say. I really appreciate that you have wanted to spend your time with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you really liked my video, maybe you could click that subscribe button and like this video, and that would help me grow my channel. Thanks for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye!